You just, yeah, here we go. Okay, we're starting live in just a moment here. You just, yeah, here we go. Okay, we're starting live. Okay, and we are live now. Hello, blessed beings of light and wonderful souls seeking and healing across the world. We are going live right now to share a little bit about the journey of ascension that we've been on together and separately across the world and across timelines, past and futures. And I'm just going to take a moment to put this through to our Facebook page. And so just give me a second. This is Rachel that I have with me right now. Do you want to just introduce yourself briefly before we get into it, Rachel?
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here today. I'm celebrating today.
And you're celebrating today. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
And Rachel, where are you talking to me from?
Oh, I'm from Adelaide, Australia.
And you're technically in the future, right?
Oh my gosh, yes, it is the 1st of September here.
1st of September, and a significant date for you to be graduating a program with us.
Yes. I knew today was going to be special. I felt it like in my inner guidance for quite a while, but the fact that everything has actually just come together today the way it is, I'm just feeling really good, really excited. And it's the first day of spring here in Australia. So I'm moving into my favorite month.
Beautiful. Okay, so here we go. And that is now up on the Facebook page. Okay, so hopefully some people will tune in to it live and find it on the Facebook as we go. And basically we're here today to just share a little bit about the journey of ascension with Soul Ascension Healing Arts with Saha, as many of you maybe have already been through some of our programs, and we're here to call out to bring in some new students to the upcoming retreats we have coming in September and October. September 22nd to September 22nd to 26th, and October 26th to 31st. And those will be 5-day retreats or 10 days altogether, where we explore yoga, energy healing, and teachings of ascension and sacred teachings from different walks of life and from all around the world and different time zones. We gather in our virtual spaces and in our astral temple of light from across the planet and across timelines and dimensions, with many different very skilled teachers and healers and light workers that whether they come in as new students or our existing faculty, everybody we seem to gather together tends to be an amazing soul. And we're looking for more of you. So Rachel has been working with us now for a couple of years, since the beginning of the Corona pandemic, and has been in and out of the school as time allows, with a couple of different programs, including our 200-hour yoga teacher training and our energy healing, which mostly we offer levels 1 and 2 energy healing online in a group format. However, I noticed that Rachel was picking up a lot of the information in the energy healing school quite quickly, and that it might actually suit her to advance the program into the level 3, which is functioning on sort of a mentorship format. And we've been working on our level 3 energy healing training, which is a group facilitation training program. And Rachel is graduating that today. And she's also currently a 200 and 300 hour yoga teacher training student, and will also be graduating with 500 hours this year, most likely. And we're working on that as well. And all of our programs are able to be combined with the virtual retreats, and they bring a lot of transformation. And Rachel and I have been connecting through sessions for this last year doing one-on-one work for the level 3 training. And the last week we connected after another couple months of journeying through the soul, and the sharing that Rachel offered to me about what she's received from the program and from working with us through this last couple of years felt very impactful to me. So I thought we would share it out with our audience, and hopefully get some of you to also join us on the next journey of ascension that we're moving into. So Rachel, what kind of keys and big takeaways have affected you throughout this last couple of years of yoga teacher training, virtual retreats, energy healing certification, and becoming an empowerment facilitator?
Wow. Thank you, Eli. Well, it has been so big and so transformational, and so much has happened that it's going to be hard to sum up succinctly, but let me try. And I really feel like I have to begin by saying 2 years ago, when I did find Saha, like you said, it was the lockdowns. I was in Melbourne, couldn't even leave my house, and you came to me. Actually, more than just you and Saha. It was a whole community that I was able to join with in my own lounge room, and that was so, is the first time I'd ever done anything like that, and it was so amazing, and it suited me better. What I've been going through in my life, to be in an online community and retreat was what I needed. And you know what? I actually found it really so a benefit of it as well was that I was bringing the energy of Saha and the community into my space and into my home, which then I could walk into the next room and carry that energy and that space and allow it to like infiltrate my house and my family. That's not what I was going to talk to you about today, Eli, but the powerfulness of an online retreat and the community connection. I mean, without experiencing it through what you were able to give us, I don't think I would have thought it was possible. So I really wanted to start by saying that. And then the other thing I have to say is, if you will remember, and anyone who was in my 200-hour yoga retreat with me, or the energy healing, I was in a lot of pain in my body. I had a chronic undiagnosed illness that was having a massive impact on me, and I was in a lot of pain. And the first relief I had from some of that pain was doing yoga in the sessions. So initially, I hadn't even been thinking of becoming a yoga teacher. Actually, it was something I'd thought on and off about. But if it wasn't for the online retreat available and the time and space I'd been given in 2020, I wouldn't have come to that. And throughout my time, the fact that I was getting relief from the pain I was experiencing was that was even just enough to be able to have that and feel good and supported in the online retreats. But a couple of months later, you offer the energy healing retreat. It was October 2020. And I put my hand up for that straight away because I love energy healing. And I think you mentioned I was able to pick up some stuff pretty fast. And I can say that, like, for over 20 years, I'd been independently studying energy healing. When I first came across it in the late 90s, I met someone who was able to teach me some stuff. But from there on, and I did have what I refer to as my own spiritual awakening, but from then on, it was just me working with spirit and my guides. And I have not had a person, a physical mentor, or a teacher in all of that time be able to come in and teach me. It's been very much a bit of a lonely journey. Actually, that was the other awesome thing, Eli, about Saha. You would have all seen how excited I was to connect with like-minded people. I just haven't met many people, real humans who I can converse with about this kind of energy healing and the things I was experiencing. And I was growing and learning and becoming, more skilled, but it was all on my own, and there wasn't much structure and wasn't much guidance. So, Eli, when you first took us for those 2 levels, I was just blown away. Again, it's nothing I've experienced, like anything I've experienced before. A lot of the concepts were familiar. Now I kind of look back and see level 1 and 2 as really about learning to like work with energy healing, and heal yourself and then be able to work one-on-one with another person. And again, that's what I'd spent the last 20 something years doing, and was feeling quite confident in that, but again, didn't have enough structure around it. So you gave me that in level 1 and 2. But more than that, the healing that was happening was so full on, like, I'm not even going to try and explain it in words because it will not do it justice. But yeah, what was going on in my body and my mind. And like I said, I already had good communication with my guide. So I was getting downloads so much. And then that 1st of September date, today, 1st of September 2022, we were doing a particular healing meditation. You were taking us through working on our DNA back in October 2020. And I remember you saying something like, this might take days or weeks or even months for some people, you know, to fully integrate into their bodies. And again, I'd done a lot of energy work, but this was next level. And I knew that what I was receiving and the work I'd been doing over those days was impactful and going to be very impactful. And my guidance came in that, you know, I'd be processing this stuff till the 1st of September 2022. It was nearly 2 years away. I wasn't very pleased about that. I like things to happen quicker, Eli, but I clocked that date in the back of my mind, and like I always do, I was like, oh yeah, I'll make sure it happens quicker than that, you know, and set off thinking I was going to sort myself out. Not only did all of that happen on that retreat, but I was giving very clear guidance to move states to Adelaide. It was already a question that I had, but I didn't know the answer to. And on that retreat, it became very, very clear, and definitely was the right move. That was a divinely inspired move. And after that retreat, I knew it was the right thing I had to do. So that was all awesome. And then in 2021, I was now living in Adelaide. Lots of things were changing when, Eli, you offered me the level 3 mentoring. Again, I jumped on board. Yes, didn't exactly know what it was going to entail, but I totally trusted that you were going to be able to guide me somewhere where I needed to be, because that's the other thing, Eli, that's happened during this mentorship, especially because we can work one-on-one. There has been times, and your guidance has been absolutely amazing. I feel like very often I get messages from spirit that I may not always listen to or take on board, but then you come along and say them. It's like occasionally I need a human being to say them, and you have been always the one to say it. But not only that, it's like, yeah, so there'll be sometimes a month or even a couple of months at times in between our sessions while I've had to work, depending on what I'm working on. And not only does the universe provide the most amazing circumstances in my life, like I feel like if I was to break down what we would talk about each week, what we were working on, and then what was delivered to me in my earth life, I feel like it would sound like fiction. It's almost too perfectly divinely aligned and timed to believe that some of this stuff was happening for me. But it sure did. And here was the other thing, I would be working really hard to process something, and I would hit a block, maybe even for weeks. And then I would see Eli, and it gets like knocked away, and I would get clarity and understanding so fast. Again, I can hardly explain that process. It's beyond what we can do or expect as humans, but always there in the right time at the right place, clearing obstacles for me. But I also realized, Eli, you weren't actually doing the work for me. You were preparing me and bringing me to the place so that I could do the work. That's what it feels like. Yeah. And a couple of things I wrote down before, a couple of things that really were significant for me over the healing, all 3 Divine Light healing courses. The generational healing has been massive for me, because as soon as level 2 finished, I started working with my own family and on all levels. And watching what has happened there has had ripples and impacts, great ones, throughout without going into all the details, but definitely the generational healing. Could go into it more, but that has been big for me. My confidence in larger groups. I just in this last week, I've had the opportunity to facilitate a women's group, talking about mental health and well-being with 70 people in it. And then yesterday I had 300 students that I was talking about mental health and body image. And I feel like this part of the course has given me the confidence to apply energy work and group facilitation on any area. It doesn't have to be yoga, and it doesn't have to be specifically energy work that we're working in that group, but to bring the principles and the skills on a deep level and apply them to whatever groups you're working with. And that is really powerful and really special, I think, because the skills that I've learned through this level 3 mentorship, is going to help me reach a whole lot of people, whatever area that I'm working in. I do end up working in a whole lot of different areas. Something else Eli said to me, actually, I'm not going to go into too much detail here because it does feel personal to my stuff, but he did ask me maybe 6 months ago when I was a bit stuck to ask the higher, a bigger question of what does the people need that I was going to be working with on a large scale, actually. And those answers came in the next 6 months and the opportunities came up. And I'm always seeking better ways to serve for the greatest good of all. And I think by putting that out there to spirit, combined with my new skills and the challenges that I've overcome in the last 6 to 12 months, has just, all come together to put me in a place where I feel extremely confident doing the work that I've always wanted to do. Oh, Eli, I think that's, I feel like I talked quite a bit there.
Yeah, that was beautiful and perfect. Thank you so much for sharing. I felt the impact again that I felt last week, and it warms my heart to have connections with students and clients that have expanded their own consciousness so greatly over this last couple of years, since we've all been kind of put through the ringer. It just makes me fulfilled and happy and brightened to connect in this way and hear more about the journey and be able to share it with people, what this journey of healing and ascension is that Saha is offering, and that was kind of kicked up into a whole different version of itself in 2020. And I'm just here kind of doing my best to sustain it as I can. And it's come to a point where we're hearing that it's time to call in a new wave of students and clients, and that we all look forward, our greater Saha family, our other teachers. And I know that many of our other students and seekers and light workers in our group are all looking forward to meeting new people who are ready to step into the depths of their souls that they did a couple of years ago when we all converged in our online retreats in 2020 and 2021. And witnessed groups of people going through these initiations that the programs provide at such amazing accelerated rates, and then taking their time to integrate in divine timing exactly as each person needs to grow into themselves. And we see the staggering of the various different students' journeys all are related, just like the many of the indigenous teachings that we bring into our school remind us of, that we are all one, we are all related, whether it comes from the yoga or whether it comes from the medicine songs and the indigenous teachings and the shamanistic work that some of our teachers and myself bring in. We are all related and we are all in this journey together, and any opportunity we can come together to share always makes me feel like we're doing a good thing. So I appreciate your reminders of all of the impacts that you've received throughout this journey, and feel its outward rippling, just as level 3 is called, creating ripples. And it's already happening. And that one right there, like literally, that was one of those ones that just fell in because I didn't even mean to put that 2 and 2 together with outward rippling and level 3 creating ripples. But we also both did just say before we went live with this video, hopefully the spirit will arrange the words for us. And I think they definitely did pull in some words and some energies that will move through the network and gather some connections to other souls. And yeah, that really is the process. Is when you come into these programs, you're being initiated onto a path as a healer and a light worker. And it takes everybody different amounts of times, but we all get to the place of expanded self and knowing ourselves more deeply. And yeah, if there's anything I can say to all of you listening and to Rachel, it's just thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for being here on the planet at this time, at the same time as I am, which was also just said to me by another one of our students, Rita, who just graduated today. Woo, congratulations. So it's a celebratory day, and tomorrow it's the 31st and the 1st where people are graduating and we're all advancing and we're moving in the spiral of light together. And I look forward to the impact that this little chat makes, and look forward to meeting some new souls and having you join us in our upcoming retreats. And whether you want to combine the retreats with your yoga teacher training at the 200-hour level, teacher training at the 300-hour or 500-hour level, and or energy healing levels 1, 2, and maybe 3. 3 is a special reservation as it takes a lot more divine alignment and organization to come together in order to make it work in an online format. But it's a potential for anybody who wants to go deeper into their one-on-one work with me and expand into a greater level of empowerment and healing for groups and group facilitation. So yes, it's an option, but it's not my main goal today. My main goal today is to connect, to share, and to let you know that we're always here to assist in the process of ascension and healing through various different formats and programs that can fit your own schedule, your own time zone, your own life, and guide you along over years of your journey to becoming your true self. And we, over that journey, take these times of these sort of milestones to reconnect with the greater community. And I'm calling you back now, everybody. We need you back. Let's get the vortex going for this coming fall. And I hope that the beauty of the summer or winter, depending on where you are, keeps you flowing for the next equinox. And we move into that energy all together. So blessed be. And namaste, ahom takwasino siam machikasiam, to all our relations. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be infinitely happy and free. Thank you, Rachel. Is there anything else you want to say?
No, I'm just looking forward to reconnect with the community as well. I've been doing a lot of introverted work this year, and I miss everyone. And I do love knowing that everyone's there. The support from the community is amazing, and it is ongoing. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to reconnect with some people in these retreats.
Beautiful. Me too. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much everybody who tunes in to this. And if you have any questions, always feel free to email soulascensionhealingarts@gmail.com and check out saha.earth for information on upcoming programs, or at your own pace, continuously moving programs that you